And in most elections, if you get the votes, you win. If you don't, you lose.
But this morning, even though we know who got the most votes in the Phoenix mayoral election, we don't know who the next mayor will be. Greg Stanton is at the top with nearly 38% of the vote. Wes Gullett is behind him with 21%.
But neither candidate surpassed the 50% mark, and that's the vote that they needed to win the race outright. Now, Kirk, you're over in the newsroom with both Greg Stanton and Wes Gullett.
And Kirk, this leads to a whole new race now.
Yeah, that's the unique thing about having so many candidates in this race, and I want to thank both of you guys for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Wes, I'll start with you. You've got about 21% of the vote. Obviously, you've got some room to grow here before November. What's your strategy from here?
Well, we're going to talk about the issues. We've got to get this economy going again. We've got to focus on small business, how we can get government out of the way, reduce permit costs, and get small businesses going, because that's who creates 90% of the jobs.
Greg, you've got the lead here, no question about that, but I imagine you can't rest on your laurels.
We're here bright and early the day after the election. We roll up our sleeves and get going again. We're going to shake up City Hall. We're going to bring those high-quality jobs that I worked on. I have a strong track record of doing, passionate support of education. We're going to reduce the influence of special interest at City Hall. We're going to bring the change that the people wanted. I think last night's results reflect that message.
Okay, and Wes, I mean, he mentioned special interest groups. I know that's an attack on you because you were in that group for a while. What makes you different than the man standing on the other side of me?
Yeah, the difference is I've been a small businessman for the last 15 years. I understand what it takes to run a business, and I understand how the government works as well. So we can, not only we can reform the government, but we can also bring some business principles that are going to really make a difference.
Okay, and Greg, the criticism of you has been that you've spent way too long in politics, that you're somewhat of a career politician.
Yep, I've committed my life to public service. I graduated law school, came back to Phoenix, my hometown. My wife and I are raising our 2 young kids right in central Phoenix. We're fully invested in the future of the city, and I've chosen public service. I've served for 9 years in the city council. I served in law enforcement for 2 years in the attorney general's office, so I bring that breadth of experience to the job. And my record on the city council is one of creating high quality jobs, high wage jobs, passionate support for education, because it is our most powerful economic engine. The results last night reflected people's support for that very positive, forward thinking message. And they do believe that we have to reduce the influence of special. That's not an attack on anybody.
Right.
They need to have confidence that the person who sits in that mayor's office is only concerned about the people's interests. And with me, that's what you get. People are going to be fully confident that the only people I'm going to represent is the people of the city of Phoenix. That's my record.
And your union pals.
Wow. Response to that?
Well, sure. Of course, Mr. Gullett, when he was getting paid to represent unions, was pro-union. When he was getting paid to be anti-union, was anti-union. Look, his record isn't strong on that regard. I have a track record of success on the city council. That's what I bring to the table. Of course, I'm being criticized because of my service on the city council. I'm proud of that service, and people have confidence in me. I'm not trying to reinvent myself for this race. Okay. I'm running on my record, and it's a good record to run on.
Pro-union or anti-union?
We're going to fight. We're going to make sure that we push back on the unions when we negotiate the next contracts, which we have to do. And you know what Greg also has done in his tenure in city council is grown the government. And on his website today, you can go to it today, and you can see 47 different ways to grow the government. So I think that there's a clear difference in this race for mayor.
Well, there is a difference. Go ahead.
Well, we balance that budget every single year. You read just a couple days in the paper that Phoenix has the highest bond rating, not only of any big city in the country, but every city in the valley. Look, there's going to be a try to, slam City Hall and that sort of thing. I'm bringing a message of shaking up City Hall, reducing the influence of special interest.
Why didn't you do that while you were there for 9 years?
We have a strong record to run on. I was the lead council member on TGen, bringing high quality, high wage jobs, the lead council member on U of A Medical School, bringing the kind of research jobs that are going to change this economy moving forward. Look, I know the race has been tough, but let's run on our records, our track record, and mine's a track record of success, something I'm very, very proud of and the people can have confidence in.
We've got 3 months left. Last word?
I'm looking forward to the campaign. We've got to make this government work more efficiently. We've got to lower the costs. We've got to lower taxes, and we're going to get this economy going again.
All right, so you can tell a debate is going to be interesting to watch, and I'm sure there will be many of them over the next couple of months, and we brought it to you here first on ABC 15. So these are your next 2 candidates for a runoff election that will happen in November.